Hi and welcome back to this video series. We're configuring the Centrify Privileged Access Request, the ServiceNow app. In the previous videos, we've configured our service account, we've configured the application, and now we're ready for testing. In our testing, we need to employ a cast of characters because, for example, we've been using Diana. Diana is a privileged user. And in CPS, when you look at it, she has all the rights. So, for example, she has the ability to check out and log in. What we're going to be using is we're going to be leveraging our user Lisa. So Lisa is a limited user, and she does have ServiceNow. So, and we are provisioning her as well. So therefore, she's going to get SSO. And most importantly, she has a limited view of the systems that she can access. So notice that although Diana can see a lot of systems, she can only see one. That's because she's a privileged service user. And instead of having full access, she has to actually request access to things. So notice that in order for her to access the shared account, she would have to request either a password checkout or a login, right? And why are we doing this, right? So we're doing this because organizations want to leverage the same process. For example, it can be provided with self-service and ITSM that ServiceNow excels at to provide, the approvals, the documented evidence of approvals as well. So what we're going to do is to make our life very easy is that we're going to go to ServiceNow and we're going to request access. So in here, we're going to go to the service catalog, software, and we're going to scroll down to privileged access request. And notice that I can customize this and make it more accessible as well. So I'm going to go to privileged access request. I'm going to select the resource that I need access to. I'm going to pick the account in question. And in here, I can do either a login or a checkout. And in this case, I'm going to do a login. Checkouts expose the password. Typically, you don't want to do that. This is more like an emergency, just in case, like a safe mode or something like this. But I'm going to do a justification. This is a test, right? And this is going to be submitted, right? What you'll see is that part of the request has been approved, right? Because it's a $0 request. But there's definitely an approver that has to intervene here. So I'm going to go to Diana's window here, and we're going to have her play the approver, right? This may vary depending on the organization. You can have multiple approvals. You can even have automatic approvals. But the idea here is to be able to, do the approval flow. So I'm going to go and see all requests. Notice that by default it's going to present everything. So I'm going to go and see this request over here. And notice that it's saying that is requested, right? So I can go ahead and approve it and update it. So in this flow, there's a set of tasks. So now there's a fulfillment that is pending, right? So that's going to be a task. I'm going to go ahead and do a task. And notice that under the service catalog, there's open records and there's going to be tasks. So what you see here is that there's a task for privileged access requests. So notice that as an the approver now, I have the ability to either approve the request, and I'm going to say yes. I'm going to make it temporary for 5 minutes, right, for the user to do this. And I'm going to go ahead and set the state to approved and close complete. So once I update this, the sequence is going to be completed, right? So if I go back here as Lisa and I track, for example, my requests, right? There's nothing active for it, but if I do all, what I'll see here is that this has been approved, and notice that it went through all the sequence here. With that done, I can go back to Privilege Manager, and I can right-click on my event here, on my system here. I'm going to do Account Actions. Notice that now Login has been lit up, and I can log into the system. In this case, this is going to be an RDP session to a system. This could be an SSH session as well, or a password checkout through a database or domain account and all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and log out, right? And what I'll see here is if I go back to my user Diana, and I should have Privilege Manager here, I can go to the dashboard and notice that I'm going to be able to see all the activity as well. So if I needed to do a proctoring of the session, I could do that as well. So I'm hoping that this actually explains how to set up, configure, and test privileged access request, and we'll see you in the next video.